ziri 5 ezakawukana ku ssaawa 3 ez'okumakya nziramu okwaniriza mukwano gwange bali kubanga otwegaseeko ali ku Facebook, Twitter ne YouTube. Nsuubira nti byonna biri tayali bulungi ddala otufuna bulungi we bali kubanga otuliko. Spark TV amne NTV kwe tuli ndi Ruth Kalibala bwaneka amakya g'olunaku olwayo. It's a Monday era nga mwena aba taxi drivers mwena tubayuzayuza okuba ate nga munnange omukulembeze w'eggwanga yabatadde so twayise bulungi tukole emirimu gyaffe nga tunoogikola ate nga tugobera SOPs jjukira baatutadde olw'ebyenfuna naye ate nga COVID-19 akyaliwo era tannavaawo so ekituteeke mu bwongo akyaliwo tannavaawo lwa byanfuna y'ensonga lwaki tebatutadde nti olw'okuba aweddewo. Bwenti olunaku olwaleero bwenti bwenzize era nga ffe tusimbudde wano tulina kutandika ne birthday babies olunaku olwaleero ba babies abaleero ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 omwezi ogwa 8 tulinawo Abigail Namayanja happy birthday okuva ewa jjajja Kirumba e Masaka. Happy birthday jjajja Nakibuka Harriet okuva ewa muzzukulu Namwanje Harriet akwagala nnyo. Happy birthday Bukenya Andrew CEO wa Andeli Arts. Happy birthday amazaalibwa amalungi olunaku olwaleero Mukama bongereko omwaka omulungi ogujjudde ebisanyu obulamu obulungi n'ebirala bingi nnyo ddala. Olunaku olwaleero tuweze okutunulako ku engeri ebintu ebituukawo mu maka gaffe mu mikwano gyaffe gye tukolera n'ebifo eby'enjawulo bingi ddala. Gw'okimanyi nti nno abaana baffe abasinga bayita mu kusoomozebwa kw'amaanyi nnyo ne tutamanya batuukako ebibamba bingi naye abasinga tutamanya nti oba omwana waffe asobezeddwako bakabasanyiziddwa oba atunuziddwa mu mbuga ya sitaani byetugenda okuba nga twogerako olunaku olwaleero. Kankomewo temuvaawo mwasuze mutya. Tugezaako okulaba nti twogera eyo eri omwana omuwala aliyo nga ayisibwa mu mbeera eteri nnyangu oba omuntu omukulu yenna. Oluusi ffe abaze tugenda okumanya ng'ate is too late ng'omwana waffe oluusi ayonoonese ne munda n'abaana baziggyemu oluusi ng'ate waatuuse takyasobola kudda mabega abamu nga bajja mu bulamu bw'ensi eno kubanga akaseera kaba kayitamu kaba kazibu nnyo ddala. Leero nze nga twagala tusome nga negatiddwako omwana muwala eyayita mu mbeera eno bw'atyo embeera eno etali nnyangu like y'okusobezebwako oba okabasanyizibwa okubeera abused mu ngeri emu oba endala. So njagala tube nga ffenna tufuna ekitabo oba tufunye ekitabo sembere kumpi wali TV awamu n'omwana tomanya tugenda okumala okusoma tugenda ate nga tusobola okuba nga tusalawo okugamba nti nze kino kyantukako era wano walina okulaga andi otegeera otya kubanga oluusi tuyinza okuba nga kabasanyiddwa ku mubiri gwokka n'obwongo ebirowoozo ng'era oli abused mu ngeri emu oba endala. So katuyige wasuze otya mukwana? Bulungi. Omuggalo gukwisiza gutya 42 days okuba nga ziweddeko kati?
I spent a lot of time with my family. Nabadde nga ndina ab'ewaka catching up kubanga it was kind of a time of transition. Nga ngenda beeyawulako for independence n'ebyo, so it was a good time to catch up with them.
Bambi. Mannya go gwani?
Amanya gange nze Sheila Owino. Amanya nina mangi simanyi oba gonna nina okugogera.
Kyobola nsaba oneme gwogera.
Amanya nina mangi Sheila Owino, Asingwire, Akiki, Olive.
Akiki Olive.
Yes. But I go by Sheila.
Sheila.
Yes.
Ozaliwawo.
Kati generation yaffe most of us will say tuli be Mulago, but daddy ava Tororo, mami ava Toro.
Toro. Okay.
Yes.
Wano wozaliddwawa mu kibuga wakati Mulago?
Yes. Mulago.
Osomeddera Mulago? No,
nsomedde by kusomera you mean studying,
yeah,
right?
Schools.
Schools,
yes.
Natandika mu kindergarten, Entinda, nenzira Green Hill Academy, Ekibuli. Then my 6 years of secondary were Gayaza High School, Gayaza. Then Makerere University.
Hey, you're not your Gayaza High.
Yes.
Mwana wange ayagalayo bitya? Ayagala Gayaza High lwokuba bakwata path ne baba bakozesa enviiri.
Oba osanga akutunulako because most of us we look at our elders and our parents and we're like
nokanja kubeera nga mami. Abazadde ate? Abazadde bange. Bali wamu?
Yes.
Gayaza?
No, tebabeera Gayaza.
Toro?
Nedda. Oh, nedda babeera Seeta Jogo. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm so sorry, my Luganda.
It's okay, don't worry. It is very okay.
Yes.
Kati bugaza hayo mala senior 6 mu wakoma.
Yes. Nedda nasoma S1 to S6 at Gayaza, then nenzira Makerere University for 4 years to do quantity surveying.
Okay.
Yes.
How is it?
Actually, I don't know how my lecturers will feel about this, but by second year nali mmanyi nti quantity surveying si kyenjagala okukola, si a career gyenjagala okugoberera, because I had a passion for writing.
Owandiika.
Yes. Natandika okuwandiika. I'm actually now in the advertising field.
Okay.
I'm writing, I'm a copywriter. Naye obviously nebirala byempandiika, I also write books, I write blogs. Nagenda okulaba nga kyensinga okwagala, because it's the way that I can convey a message and hope and different things like that. Yeah.
Kati nga tuzeeyo ku mulamwa gwaffe eri incident etuukawo wali wenkana otya, wali mu class ki era yatuukawo etya?
Class gijjukira nagijjukira, naye I suspect nali nina emyaka nga 4 or 5.
Oh dear, wa muto.
Nali ndi muto, so ebisinga around that time sibijjukira, naye nali we were at a friend's home because muganda wange aina autism. Muganda, I don't know if you say muganda wange uba mwanyinaze, my brother.
Your brother, mwanyoko.
Mwanyinaze.
Yes.
Mwanyinaze, he is autistic and epileptic. So bali banoonya abasawo, abazadde bange bali banoonya abasawo mu UK, different places. So twali tusula with some family friends. Naye nga waliwo omwana, one of the boys there. Yali, I don't know if the word is kutulugunya, but he would tease me a lot. Initially, it started as verbal, and he would tease me a lot, and it kind of built some kind of fear. Nzijukiramu the emotions mostly. Naye lumu yangamba genda mu kisenge ogyemu ekiteteeyi. Obviously abaana nga omanyi tubaleka ewaka n'abakozi. Oluusi ng'omwana tomuyigiriza nti omubiri gugwo.
Yes.
Don't allow anybody else to touch it. Yes. Ne omwana wabanga takimanyi. Obviously ng'oyongeddeko the verbal abuse. Mulimu ebirala bingi, emotional abuse ne mental mu bwongo, but for me I think in my case it was more of verbal. It started with verbal abuse. Nentuka akaseera we yangamba ogenda mu kisenge nzijjemu ekiteteeyi nga mutya nnyo nga mmanyi wemba sikikoze alina ekitala kyajja kukola.
So mwali mubeera naye awaka?
Twali tubeera naye ewaka, naye si waffe, at this family friend's home.
Okay.
Naye after, when I went, I knew something was wrong. I remember knowing that I should not be doing this. Era ekiteteeyi saakijjamu. Naye weyajja, I think is how they say it. Weyajja. I don't remember. I think my brain must have blocked.
Nebwesiba.
Yes, nebwesiba kubanga the brain is always protecting us. Naye nzijjukira, it was a very unpleasant feeling, and I remember my mind being opened up and my body being opened up to sexual activity before it should. Because 4 to 5 really.
Yeah.
Omwana abanga, they don't
need
to.
Kyabamanyi.
Yeah.
Wali obirabyeko ku TV, wali olabyeko abantu nga bekisinga.
Abazadde bange baali batukuuma nnyo. Then it was like a thing of just tebagala like they don't want us to enjoy TV.
Yobutaba ku TV nnyo kugiraba.
Naye baali batukuumye nga tebagala tumale galaba ebintu. Olaba omuntu ng'agamba parental guidance is advised. Tuula olabe n'omwana wo. Walaba ekintu n'akubuuza, oba wolaba ekintu olina omunnyonnyola what the truth is and what the lie is. By then twali tetulaba nnyo, obusinga mu twali tulaba Sesame Street, Teletubbies, ebyo. Naye okulaba mbu nalaba movies nali sibirabangako.
Nti walaba bad touches oba daddy yakutte ku mami, nothing.
Nedda. Tuli balokole ewaka, and abazadde bange bandaze nnyo the life of true Christianity.
Okay.
Sinti bino mbogenda ku kanisa buli Sunday just okutuusa mukolo. Naye baagalira ddala Katonda, baagalira ddala Yesu mu mutima and mwe batambulira.
So onagamba jjamu ekiteeteeyi? Angamba
jjamu ekiteeteeyi nengaana, but I went to the room and I know that the dress went off. I don't know how. And it was more of, I remember that there was kissing and touching.
olumu muliwo babiri mweka waka
Nedda. Twaliyo n'omukulu wange. Omuto wange abadde was not yet born. My younger sister was not yet born. Twaliyo there were two older children, mwe nyumba, and then n'omukulu wange. They were playing outside.
Onakwawula ku bali.
Iye. Auntie Nera still, we were in the same age group, so if I was to play with anyone, I would have been playing with him. Nenga ye, he's, you know, verbally abusing me and things like that. Yeah. So, most times when I think of that time, I know I was awakened to something I should not have been.
Akujjemu ekiteeteeyi, akutteko akisinze, nga tobimanyi nabbi manya mukazi wattu.
Nga sibitegeera naye nga mmanyi, it felt funny.
Yeah, I know.
It felt funny. But yeah, kyabeerawo. After that, actually, we stayed there for some time. I don't remember the time period. But after that, it was whenever maybe he got a chance, you know, the event would repeat itself. I don't know how many times it happened, but I know that it happened. So this particular time, because it's not like, I actually don't blame him. One particular time amasannyalaze gagenda, those days there was a lot of electricity going and what. So amasannyalaze gagenda, abaana bonna tuli in the same room. Batubadde tuzannya matatu, batwali tuzannya ki, naye ne gagenda. So ndowooza oba kyamwambala bwambazi simanyi. So he started again. Ne gakomawo. Munzikiza. Ne gakomawo. Omukulu we n'atulaba. Then I don't remember what he said, omukulu we. Naye I remember, kubanga twali tusaba buli evening. Nzijukira nti he told his mom. She passed, may her soul rest in peace. She passed on, but yabulira mama we n'atutuuza mu ntebe. Mukulu we agamba mama we? Yes. Okay. Mukulu we n'agamba mama we, which is actually a very good thing that he did. Olwo nga kimaze ebbanga ki? Sijjukira kyekizibu. Naye ng'emirundi giwerako. Emirundi gyali giwerako. Era tolina gw'ogamba. Ate nga ngamba ani? Kati yo n'omulenzi ng'akutiisatiisa nti bw'onooyogera ngenda kukola kino. Yali already anteasing. I already struggled with esteem issues. Because I've always been bigger than most girls. Even then when I was young, I was bigger. I mean, I like my food. Up to now, I love food. But Nali, I already had, I think, in my mind, a sense of low esteem. So in addition to the things he would say, I just saw that maybe these guys won't believe me. Or I will tell them and he might do something worse. So you kept quiet? I kept quiet about it, which I think was to my undoing, but I didn't know that I could tell. You didn't know you were innocent, yes. I didn't know that I could tell, which is actually what I'd like to tell a young girl out there. You can talk about it. You can talk about it. I know a lady, I know a lady, she shared her story. She shares her story often. I've forgotten the name of her organization, but she's now helping a number of girls. Yagezaako n'agamba mama we n'amugamba sirike. N'agamba senga n'amugamba bino ebintu tetubyogerako. Yagezaako okugamba abantu n'agezaako naye nga bonna tebamuyamba. So n'amala n'ava ewaka. And she ended up on the street. Now, her story has changed. Yavaku street, now she's growing, she's now pastoring a church. But ndoza abazadde n'abakulu, maybe even older siblings, if you're an auntie in the home, oba wabanga you're just an older person, go sulayo. It's important to listen to what the child is saying. Exactly. Even to what they are not saying. To ask them, to talk to them. Yes, talk to them. Spare some time otulekuko nabo. Yes. Olwo kakati omukulu ono ayogerewa mami agamba mama waabwe. Amasannyalaze gakomyewo abasanze. Batusanze abazadde nabo ne bakomawo n'agenda n'agamba mama. I don't remember what happened after that. Nzijjukira nti nawulira a lot of shame. Ng'oswadde? Nga nswadde nnyo. Ki ekikuswaza? simanyi, I felt like something had gone wrong. Nenga nange sichitegeera bulungi. But I knew ndoza munda muffe there is a way we know that something is wrong. And I felt so much shame. I actually had not talked to members of that family for many years. For many years. Nabazadde bange nze saabagamba. I did not tell them about the abuse.
Why?
I don't know.
You totally close the mama.
Ndi close nabo, both mom and dad.
So uli yango swade nyo sana kuchi.
Ngaswa chogera ngandaba ochogera, it's like ndinga yeyambudde mu bantu. So it's not that there was not a safe space at home. There was. But I held back and chose not to speak about it, and then that gave it more power over me.
Olowooza ekikolwa ekyo kyakusindiikiza okutandika okuba nga weebwalabwala oba naturally bw'otyo bw'oli?
What does kwebwala?
To lay back like n'obeera nga weekubyemu emabega. Like you can't talk about it.
I am naturally a very outgoing person.
Okay.
Very, very outgoing actually. Buli wenyingira ekifo kasita nkimanyira bwenti. I am very, very outgoing. Okay. But yes, I do believe that caused me to kind of hold back, because now nali ndowooza omuntu wayogera nange nekivaayo. They no longer want to talk to me. So throughout school actually, even high school, primary school,
yes.
Primary school, there is a lot of bullying that goes on that people don't know about, and most of it chibeera psychological. Waliyo cliques in the classes. Nenga I don't fit in, or because I was bigger, or because I just didn't try. Naye, in addition to the feeling of not fitting in at school and the desire, I love people. I love people so much. I really wanted friends. Nenga ntya. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, simani, I know when it stopped. But throughout primary school, actually, I'm picking up a habit of pornography. And usually that's what will happen. I think, anyway, I'm not a psychologist, or I've not done research on it, so I don't want to be quoted. Now, yeah, I was looking for an outlet. I was looking for a way to feel good about myself. Then pornography. Some people go to drugs, some people go to alcohol, some people just have rampant relationships. And now they are sleeping with everyone.
So asoko ya diverted.
Iye. Nganonya engeri jasobola okufiringa good about themselves.
Kakati ono mwana bampanishinga oba bakireka bulesiwe batyo.
Simanyi, auntie, that was not our home. Abazadde bange bakomawo netuddayo.
Bali bamaze banga kinga tebali wabazadde.
Ife.
Like abazadde bo. Bali bamaze banga kinga bakolese.
Nalindi muto.
So meaning wa myezi ebiri gye bamalayo gyonna wagimalaawo.
Simanyi, but I love my brother so much that I don't even I can't blame my brother. He was just born like that. And they needed to find treatment. They needed to understand what was going on with him. Nabazadde bange siba blaming at all. I don't even know the time we took. I do not know if the young man was punished. But a few years ago actually, I should say, not a few years later, I was about 18. Kati, I'm 23, I don't mind saying my age.
It's okay.
Because it's not yet the age to hide. But yes, I think I was about 18. I had reached a point nga it was becoming too much. Omuntu atuke akaseera nga kikuyitiriddeko nnyo. You're not talking about it. Chikuluma munda. You start having thoughts of njagala kwetta, but your life is too important. True. Your life is too important for you to end it because of someone. So about 18, omwana namukubira essimu nemugamba nkusonyiye.
The boy?
Yes.
Eyako abusing anga?
Yes.
Otyo?
But it came from when okuva eyo incident, I became a very bitter, angry person. When my younger sister was born, that is the person who received the most of my anger.
Bambi, ngatamanyi nakumanya.
Ngatamanyi nakumanya waje chiva. But
obusungu nabufunanga nga weekyaye
nze nga neekyaye
nga tokyeyagala
nga sikyeyagala. Actually just started loving myself in my 20s. It's nali nina obusungu bungi nga buli kyoyigamba anything I could just
ng'ovaako buvi
nga nvaako buvi.
kati ono sesa wamala omuzaala obusungu n'obuzza ku ye biki biwakolanga awo njagala tusandikire Sheila kasooke tugende mu kuwummulakoko mukwano gwange ali ku NTV amu ne Spark TV gine Sheila nga twogera ku engeri omuntu gy'ayinza okukabasanyaamu oba okukabasanyizibwamu naye n'afaana n'ekizira omunda nga takyogerako. Tovaawo munnange tukomawo. 29 akaita ku ssaawa 3 mwasuze mutya mwoli nange Roskeli Balobwanika nga ndi ne Sheila ono ate nga muwandiisi wa butabo. Akatabo kaba kayita Set Free 100% era nga bw'okatunuulira bw'oti olaba ng'omuntu weetadde bagamba enjegere zikutusa zivuddeko kyetuliko olunaku olwaliro okuyiga bw'obeera abused osobola okwesettinga free n'obeera ng'ekyo okijje munda. Olaba muntu kuba na busungu, muntu kwogera nga bw'ayagala, abantu abayisa nga bw'ayagala temumanyi kikyalina. So weetaaga katabo nga kano mukwano gwange emmeeme eyo omwoyo omuntu ow'omunda n'omuta n'omujja ku njegere naba nasobola okuddamu n'abanga abantu abalala. So kanoonyeeko katabo kalungi ddala yakawandiika okusinziira ku mbeera embeera eno gye wasinziirako embeera gy'oyitamu. Tukomye nga bazadde bebi obusungu bwonna obumutaddeko bwe tumala otunyonyola otumaye otunyonyoleko ne katabo kano.
Kale
ye nnyabo
omuto wange actually she sings. She's a really good singer.
Okay.
Yes, I know YouTube channel ye Sheila Owino.
Okay.
Kati mukulukulu But ndowooza I was also looking for someone to have power over. Most abusers actually aba abusing abantu baba banoonya engeri gye basobola okufuna power. Either aina insecurities zaina kati nga nze nali nina insecurities and I'm very ashamed of it because I know that I psychologically abused my younger sister. Now we have grown past it. I am constantly affirming her. Nagenda okiraba when she was 3 nga ntya nnyo bambi nga ntya nnyo
ng'otadde mu lifiya naawe gye wafunanga.
Yes. And usually kyekijja okubeerawo omuntu abanga ali abused they usually become an abuser. I might not have sexually abused her, but I psychologically abused her.
Wakolanga biki ebyo?
It was simple things. Omanyi omukulu nga wabeera you think maybe omuntu alina okukola buli kimu n'omuwoggolera n'omukuba oluyi wabanga takoze kino nakiri. It was those things. It's not very big things.
Bw'abayogera n'omuga sirika.
Those kinds of things. Actually omuzadde wakikola omukulu wo wakikola. Usually omuntu abanga ayagala okucontrollinga kubanga nali nga ndaba njagala mu controllinga nnyo kyakola kyagamba buli kimu. Now those are real signs of psychological abuse. Sinti I'm excusing myself from it, but it is something to look out for, especially omuntu abanga if you have been abused olina okwegendereza nti naawe embeera gye wayitamu togissa ku balala
omulala. Kituufu. Kati gwe abazadde bo waba blaming for what happened to you?
No, I have never actually blamed my parents. Simanyi lwaki. I actually found that I was blaming myself. I was blaming myself for everything, and as a result I would try to push everything. I'm an overachiever naturally by personality and character. Njagala nnyo ku achieving ebintu okubeera the best, but as I'm thinking about it in these days nga nkuzeekuzeemuko I realized nali nnoonya engeri nange gye nsobola okuwangula nga ngezaako okuwangula ekintu kye nayitamu. But the truth is omuntu wabanga ta addressing the real issue, because I've received accolades sikigaana. God has blessed me with the ability to pass exams. Wanga exams nali nziyita. But it reached a point nga I feel like if I have not passed that exam, I am a nobody. Wabanga siwangudde ekibiina kyonna nga I'm a nobody. But it did not take away the anger I was feeling. So muto wange bambi by the time she was 3 years old nga tagala mukwateko nga tasobola kuzannya nange
akutya
nga ntya. Awo we nalaba nti waliwo ekikyamu. I started attempting nga ngezaako okukyusakyusa embeera nga sikyamuboggolera, naye era obusungu bwali bukyalimu munda mu nze.
Nga buli ku mwana yekka oba n'abantu abakwetoolodde?
N'abantu abaneetoolodde. Omukulu wange, abakulu bange, even my parents bajja kuwulira oyo omwana yali omwogerako bwoti and I slam a door. Nali ndi very easy to explode ng'obusungu bundi wano buli kumpi.
Bwajjula dda.
Naye lumu twali, it was my 15th birthday. We had traveled abroad and my sister and I had a big fight.
Over what?
Sijjukira. We used to fight over nothing.
Obusungu bwo ng'otambula nabwo.
Just nga nze nnonya exit.
Yes.
Of the anger. Nga buli kimu, I can even be angry that the carpet is grey. Hey. Nga just nonya an exit. Actually, omuntu wabanga olaba alina obusungu bungi, there is a problem. Usually, there is a problem. It's important not to just okumu blaming for that anger, but okumuyamba. Actually, my father would help me a lot. Ngamba, Sheila, why are you angry? Lwaki onyiize nnyo? Ekikusumba. Actually, that day, baatwawula. Muto wange ne bamutwala, mama namutwala. I stayed with my dad. We were in the same house, but they separated us from the same room. Dozanga
kiyitiridde.
Yes, kiyitiridde. So that was the first time I told my dad that I was struggling with the addiction to pornography. Because in addition to the abuse, there was now the feeling of, I mean, I'm a Christian, but I am struggling with an addiction to pornography. I also have the history of abuse. Nga byonna kati, it was too much. I broke down nembi mugamba nengamba, Daddy, umanyi, I am now, you know, I'm using pornography. Mugamba, actually. The thing that was disturbing me at that time was the fact that I was so angry at myself that I was using pornography.
Kati nga kyekikwagaza nnyo okulaba pornography?
Nga bwe nakugambye nga nnonya engeri gye nsobola okufeelinga good about myself. These different things, bino ebintu ebiri addictive. Mwenge, okay, alcohol, drugs, actually any addictive substance, pornography. Kyekola mu bwongo. It releases waliyo hormone mu bwongo called dopamine. Kyekola a flooding your system, a juice your system with that hormone, which it's a feel-good hormone. It's a good hormone to have. It's a very good hormone to have. Naye kyekola pornography, alcohol, all these other things, it makes it too much in the body. So obwongo bwo ne getting used to that level of dopamine. Nga nothing can make you feel that good. So you keep trying to you go back to the same thing that gives you that feeling of feeling good. So which I took, and I found myself that I was addicted to it.
So you nobula tata wo?
Nembula tata, nembulira tata wange.
Ate musabi nnyo?
Musabi nnyo, hey! And I was so amazed. He just looked at me and told you, I love you, Sheila. Nampa haga nansabira. That was where my healing began.
Kyakukyusa kitya?
Nagenda okulaba nti, despite what I have gone through, despite what, because I was still in the addiction, despite what I am doing, someone still loves me. I am still worthy of being loved. So it's not that it happened overnight, mbobusungu bwagenda bichi. Naye nalaba nti, you know, kino ekintu, it does not have that much power over me. It did not make me stop being a beautiful girl. It did not make me stop being a person worthy of being loved, because my father said those words to me. So after that, I think our stay abroad was good, because I don't remember us ever fighting again. And I actually got off the addiction for a little bit. Naye obusungu bwali bukyalimu. Kino ekintu it had built up for 10 years. So omuntu okulowooza nti obwo obusungu bujja kuvaako immediately it is not realistic. Naye I was more aware of it. And I have never forgotten that time because nali mani tata wange. I thought if I tell my parents baja kunchawa and disown me, but he just told me he loves me.
Wadde omugani nti olaba obufaananyi obw'ekiseegu naye wagenda mu maaso n'okubiraba oba okuva olwo nalika okuba ng'okendeeza obadde olaba emirundi 3 ng'olabayo gumu oba ne weebuzaabuza n'otolaba.
Actually okuva olwo I think it went for like 2 or 3 months nga siraba. Naye nekiddamu. Addiction waliwo oluusi abantu bwe bakutula immediately. Naye those are the rarer cases. Omuntu oweesanga ng'olimu an addictive thing, maybe if it's too much, seek actual help, seek psychological help.
Sometimes those batashimanya, I need help.
But if you find that you're depending too much, you can even be, okay, it's not addicted to humans, but it's called codependence. You can find that oyina omuntu gw'otasobola okubeera naye nga toli naye. It's not healthy. Or whenever you're feeling down, whenever you're stressed, whenever you're angry, you drink. It could also be a problem. Not that, I'm not saying that everybody who drinks is an alcoholic, but it takes a very small thing for you to just, get into that. So, nagendanga, sometimes it would come back, nendabako, then it stops. Nendabako, then it stops. But as I was actually writing this book, because this book it covers many things. In addition to the abuse, it also covers how I broke free from the addiction. Nagendo okulaba, the biggest thing that helped me, in addition to my friends and family accepting me. Because after I told my dad, nalinga, ngezaako kubuulira omuntu omulala nendaba their reaction. But their reaction was, you're still my friend, Sheila, I still love you. So, if humans can do it, then God will not. And as my relationship with God kept growing, He started helping me. In addition to the help of my friends, I started realizing that this is not a thing that should have power over me, the addiction itself. So
did you open up nobagamba what had happened?
The abuse? No. I've only ever written it in this book. That's when I started, I think, talking about it.
So help from your friends,
Yaliku helping me kind of obusungu, first of all. There are some of them that just tell me, nedda. Olimba. Obusungu buvawa. So I started realizing that this is not the way I'm supposed to be. And they would also say things like, you're actually beautiful. They would affirm me. That were true about myself. They can tell. So they started helping me love myself. And when that started happening, that's how I reached the point when I was 18. By S6, I was saying, you know what? I'm finishing high school. I am going to start afresh. My work, it had been a build-up of 3 years of working through all these things. But by that point in time, I was ready to move on. So, he was also really young.
Abusing.
Yes.
Wali identity crisis. Like mumaze okwetegeera.
Awo nali maze okwetegeera, but before nali ndi mu crisis eyaddala. Nga simanyi, I don't know if I am a victim, I don't know if I am Sheila. I don't know if I am the addict, I don't know if I'm a Christian. I don't know if I am my parents' beloved child. Nali ndi so many things. I was actually using the things that had happened to me as my identity. The thing that God has said I am is what I am.
Yeah, true.
Everything else has happened to me, but it does not change who I am. It's like if you get a mango. I think are we still in mango season?
Fruits.
When you get a mango and you dip it in mud, it's still a mango.
True.
If you dip it in chocolate, it's still a mango.
True.
dip it in milk, it is still a mango. So who I am actually, was lost in the things that had happened to me. But when my friends started pulling out these different things, I started saying, yes, they're actually true about me. By the way, I would have relationships as tukangawano. You know how the roots of a weed can be very shallow, or grass. I don't want to go too deep because I'm scared of what they will find. But there are those friends who just stuck on me. Then to try to chase them away, Nembagamba. This is what happened. They didn't go. So if you're a person's friend, actually, either they are saying negative things about themselves, or sometimes people cut themselves to release the pain. I mean, they cut themselves, they burn themselves, all sorts of things, self-harm. Usually they'll wear bracelets to cover or kukweka the cuts. Not that everyone who wears bracelets is self-harming. Not that. Yours is only one. Ne omsanga ngayambade wunji. Or ngayambala long sleeve things of kukweka. Or you'd never really. Something is happening to that person because they'll only look for an outlet in self-harming behavior, cutting, drinking, addiction to pornography, whatever it may be. When there's something they're trying to deal with. Actually, Mokatawa, I talk about the root of the problem. What helped me was I was able to identify the root. And the root was that thing that had happened to me when I was 4.
Obusungu, pornography,
identity problems, insecurity, but it took me 3 years to realize it.
So now wageno mukubira ngo mazo kitegeera. Amazo kutegeera who is Sheila.
Because I could not talk to him when I was angry. I could not talk to him when I was
blaming him. Your period before, like?
No, I avoided him.
Intentionally?
Intentionally. I didn't even have his number.
But abazali tebaddamu kubatwalako kokuddayo keyo.
We never went back there.
Okay.
We never went back there. I actually think, I suspect that the parents told my parents. But me, I don't know. They never changed how they behave. Even after I told my dad about the addiction, it was not that kati wetujja kwawulako oba tujja kutwala mu kanisa tukusabire oba tujja
kwonoona abalala.
It was the same. The love was the same. They treated me the same. Nothing changed. I was still their daughter.
So when you called him n'omugamba nkusonyiye, reaction ye yali etya?
I think he might have been shocked. Because I think he asked, I don't remember exactly, but I remember feeling very relieved. Ndoza yabuuza ate kuki? Nemugamba, you know what happened when we were younger? What you did to me.
18 years ago.
I've forgiven you.
Enamba yogijjawa?
We are in the same circles. Enamba y'omuntu oba ng'oyagala ogifuna. That also helped me find closure. I had not yet forgiven myself, but forgiving the abuser helped me. I'm not saying that it's very easy. It is not, because for some people it's your father who has done it to you. For some people it's your husband who is doing it to you.
Your best friend.
Your best friend. But until you forgive yourself and forgive that person, kizibu nnyo finding a true healing. So after that, actually, I think a year or so later, naye yankubira nangamba, you know what, I am sorry. But I think there was something he must have been going through also. I don't know what it is. That's why I can't even say I blame him, because I have been in a position of abusing. So I know usually omuntu abanga ina kye yayitamu oba ekimusumbwa. Sometimes they might have a disorder. I'm not saying he has a disorder. Osanga, maybe there is something ekimusumbwa that is making them do that.
Ngacho wakolanga your young sister.
Exactly.
Yes.
Actually, abazadde we mulaba nti abaana bammwe, you have to be very careful. It's very normal for siblings to have fight, that kind of thing. Naye omwana obusungu abanga ina bungi. Really? Where is the child getting anger from? There might be a problem. There might be a problem. Children, very innocent creatures, where are they getting the anger from? For what? Where they get
kati
it
gwe totandika obiyigiriza amanya ate abaana abasinga kasita ayigayo omuze ayagala buyigirize n'abalala gwe twakifunako
nali nkikweka nnyo nga nkikola mu secret nga mmanyi kibi naye I don't want someone else to do it. I did not try to teach it to my siblings. No, I did not try to teach it to them. However, I learned it from a cousin. I learned it from a cousin.
Kati abazadde bo obabuulira ddi, even your sisters?
Okubabuulira
nti cousin yakola kino na kino na kino.
Taata wange namubuulira that time when I argued with my sister so much never twawula. When namubuulira, but I did not tell him which cousin. Up to now I have never told him which cousin.
Why daddy? Lwaki ogamba daddy? Mami aliwa? It's
not that I did not talk to mommy, but in that time it's daddy who was there because mommy yatwala omuto ze nensigala ne taata. If it had been mommy who had stayed with me and daddy had taken my younger sister, I probably would have told mommy. But because I'm in the situation that presented itself was daddy. It was daddy. Kwanga nali ku pornography, it was daddy. Kati na wano era daddy. Yes, because I think because I had started, I had already told him, so it was easier to come back to him. Nina byengamba mami that I don't tell daddy. I'm sure they tell themselves because they are married.
Abana bagamba mami bwemuna mutugaya ne daddy mutugambireyo kino.
I mean, they are your children. True. You're their parents together. So, but there are some things I tell mom that I don't tell dad, and there's some things I tell dad that I don't tell mom. So daddy bwomugamba this time around to cousin yantusako kino na kino, era reaction ye yaliyemu. I was so amazed. That's why I actually say their Christianity is real. It's not this every Sunday thing for showing. They real show love eyadala. Like when he did that, I realized, this is probably how God looks at me. Even the ones I've said, even the ones I've not said, but he's still saying, I love you. You are my daughter, you are my son. So ekigendererwa ekintu kyewagwamu like okubeera abused kirina engeri kyakutoolamu okuba nga tokyagenda mu gatherings za family mwaddamu ne mutambula oba byonna walinga gwe ogana nti sijja genda? I think because abazadde bange they didn't overshow it. Kati omwana waffe yayita mu kino ate biki what life went on normal. It actually helped me that life went on normally. I don't remember us ever really staying at anyone else's home though. I don't remember us staying at anyone else's home. Now that we are saying it, I don't remember us ever staying at anyone else's home, but I think it's a natural instinct for a parent to protect the child. Now into my family, what? We moved. We still moved. We would go and stay with our grandparents, play with our cousins. It was normal. It was life as usual. Yeah, it was life as usual. Mukulu wo ne muto wo bababuli about the abuse. Sibabulirangako directly okubatuuza okubabulira. If they have read the book, they have read it in the book. Now if they are watching this, they know. Sibatuuzangako babulira. Sibatuuzangako no. Boba bono bwasomanga ba teachers tewalabanga ngoloza bayinza okuddamu ne bakutuusa ku ekyo kyewayitamu when you're 4. I think because it started for me with a younger boy. In my mind, usually the brain will just immediately create a picture. So in my mind, it was my peers who could do it to me. I think I did not imagine that older people could do it. If it had been an older person, I might not have been able to think that a younger person can do it. So I did not think that the teachers could do it, except maybe in university there are some lecturers I suspected, but yeah. I want to know, like from let me say senior 4 boyfriend, bichi out wali wona boyfriend bichi. A boyfriend for what? Do you think ekyo kyaviirako ekyo? Era kyaviirako ekyo. Men were evil. In my head, men were evil except my father. Abala bonna. Ningo ne majana gamba nti no Sheila, you're beautiful. I would not believe it. As who? Who are you telling me as? I'm your friend. And you're a boy? Yes. Keep. I would not believe it. Actually, I had a time when I was writing with Writivism. We were doing, I wrote, this is not the only book, but I didn't come with it. I was writing a story, and my mentor, who was an editor, Nneekyawa, pointed out that I had killed off all the men in the story. All the men in the story somehow had died.
Bonango bata.
Bonanga bata mu story.
Why?
I realized then that in my head, there's something wrong with men generally. I did not, it kind of happened. There are some things that happen in our brains, but in my mind, men were
all dead.
Dead, evil. So that time actually, in that place, he made me stand up and say, Sheila, actually he told me to say, Sheila, I love you, and Sheila, I forgive you. Yes. I was looking in the mirror.
Yes.
But it also kind of helped me break another part. That was like in second year. So I started realizing, but I realized, boyfriend, I'm end of third year.
Awo tugenda okutandikira otubuulire boyfriend najja mu bulamu bwangu ki bwe yasanga na buzibu ki bonna bwe yayitamu convincing that he is different, he's not evil. Oli kuspective ne NTV tovaawo tukovaawo. Back my dear, eddakiika ziri bbiri zokka eziwoleko essaawa ennya ez'okumakya mwasuze mutya mwoli ndi ne Sheila ng'ono muwandiisi wa butabo akamu ku obwo bakayita Scent Free 100%. Sheila, nsaba tusomeko wano tugendewo ku page 49.
Yes.
Wano like otusomereko ko wano. Era otunyonyere why wasalawo okuwandiika bw'otyo.
Okay, please stop me. Njagala nnyo kana akatabo, so olina okunstoppinga bwe mba nga nsusizza.
Nja kustoppinga, don't worry.
A wise man once told me, you are not the baggage you carry. We have allowed self-definition and sadly self-worth to draw its identity from the things we have done, not done or plan to do. The things our parents have or have not achieved, our bank balance, our academic accolades or lack of, our weight, our wardrobe, our phones, our social media following. The saddest truth for those who have struggled with pornography addiction or a seemingly unforgivable failure is that this often becomes the source of who we think we are.
Omuntu ayinza okugamba kati olw'okuba nti bamugambye nti oli musiru n'akufuula ng'omugugu n'afuuka ekyo kye bamugambye ye si gwe mugugu.
Iye. Omwana naye banga alina amagezi matya ng'omugambye ali musiru
ajja kutwala ekyo.
Ajja kitwala.
Asiriwalire ddala.
Iye.
You are a failure.
They will never achieve. Supposing someone in their life has come and told them different. So it's very important. The things we tell people, muntu newabanga ali mukulu, n'omugamba you're ugly. You think because they are grown up techiba affecting, but it does. Natandika okwekebera nagamba maybe I am. It affects.
Taga nakwe kwa kubifaananyi I'm ugly. I can't take pictures.
Yes.
Kubanga akkiriza ky'omugambi.
Yeah. Actually, tubadde tusaaga no. The reason I'm very scared of cameras is because there is that image in my head of the kind of person who should be on social media or who should be taking pictures. Nalindowooza ndi mubi nnyo.
Ng'okyambadde.
Nga nkyambadde. Nzenga, that is who I am. I am the ugly girl in the it was very bad.
Olwo boyfriend najja atandika ebirungi. Sheila, you're so beautiful.
Kyewuunyisa actually teyatandikira ddala awo.
Yatandika atya?
I met him on a basketball court.
Okay.
I was a leader in the College of Engineering in Makerere, and we were doing inter-college sports, those events. So nalaba omwana ng'azanya basketball.
Omulenzi?
Namwegomba naye ngamba komaawo. I had never seen a guy and I like him. Never. I don't know why, but this particular one I was like, wow. So eventually, Twazulanti, we have similar friends, but we had never met. So, olusinga nkola ka CIA nga mbuzabuza abantu. I want to know what kind of person is he. But he's a very calm guy. He's the same boyfriend. I've had one boyfriend. He's a very calm guy, very peaceful. I don't think he can ever even raise a hand. I've never had him raise his voice. Ever.
So kola ka spy.
Nali nkola CIA yadala spying. Njagala kumanya n'omwana kiki. Ali bichi. N'erinnya lye eryokubiri nali nino li. I had to first spy. Nga sagala ate mulaga nti mwagala.
I know.
Nze nsokeyo. Anyway. Nali sagala so na peepinga ko nga nonya erinnya lye nga njagala mumanya erinnya lye. Eventually a friend of ours introduced us and we started talking. We realized we are both Christians. And we became friends first. We became friends.
I'm your friend.
Nga yagala friend.
Okay.
Nga yagala friend. So I had to just respect that. But eventually, after about 3 or so months,
now reading a science.
I don't know if he had just started reading them, but I think he had been reading them. Now eventually, then he was like, you know what? Let's start dating. But also I realized
Did you trust him?
I grew to trust him. When the relationship had just started, I think in the first months or so, that same kafia came back. But to his credit, by then by the way,
when I was 4.
Everything in this book he knows. He knew.
Nagamba,
it's okay. You're still the person I love.
I know, very real.
Yeah, that for me reminded me of what my father had done. And I was like, okay. I won't lie, Mbu, it has been smooth sailing. I don't think there's any relationship that is smooth sailing. But it's been about 2 years now, and I am sure he's the one.
Abasajja bamanyi okukozesa byetutera okukola ne babizuza naddala nga olina ebyokoze bitatuuse.
Tachizanga.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Bambi. He has never, actually, he has never, now that you mention it, tachizanga. Ever. Niona mugamba addiction, tachizanga.
So ekitaza naye akuyambyeko
nnyo
healinga.
Anyambye nnyo because of the way he loves me. I have also learned to love myself. That's why I was telling you, it's in my 20s that I've started loving myself. Just in the 23. Most of my 20s have been in this relationship. So also he has really.
So do you feel right now to scars is voodoo emotionally? Is that embeera?
Mostly I would say yes. The one I still struggle with, actually recently, Nagamba Muto wange, she likes to joke. She's a very fun person. She's a very fun person. Ne olusi the jokes kind of hit a sensitive spot. So if you joke about my appearance, it kind of comes back. But then I go and look in the mirror and I see beauty. Then I'm like, okay.
It was a joke.
It was a joke. But by then, obviously, I've told her, I don't like those jokes. Be chill. And she's like, but you, I don't want to joke with you anymore. No more sibling things. How sisters and brothers can be.
Abantu abasinga balowooza nti abantu abakulidde mu maka agataliimu kasente bebatera okubeera abused.
That is far from the truth. Very far from the truth. I'm not going to say we come from the richest family. And also the children, the family the home where I was abused from, they were not badly off. They were staying in, I think, a 4-bedroomed home. The parents were employed. Just because it's might seem like it happens more in the poorer homes, but maybe that's just because the rich people know how to hide it behind makeup, behind clothes, behind cars. Just because a person is poor or rich does not mean they can't be abused.
Ate abazadde basinga balowooza nti omwana omuto like 2 years ne baba benkanankana tebasobola kwetusaako obulabe okubeera okutuuka mu mbeera eyo.
Story yange ekulaga completely. Kubanga ndowooza ono omwana yali he was 6 or 7. tali naye ali mwana muto. Actually, I recently learned that, now this is especially for parents, you know, Lucy, I'm not married, but I do know that in marriage it is normal to let us say, be intimate for the younger people hearing. Omwana watuka emyezi 2 months.
2 months.
They can start to understand.
Okay.
So if you're going to be intimate with your partner, do not allow the child to be in the room.
Okay.
Because ojja kulaba nga omwana awezezza 3 years or 4 years nga they are starting to, or maybe also okuba indecent in the home. Omwana ne waba ali muto. The human body is wired for reproduction. I mean, all nature has to sustain itself. So by that time, they start to understand these things. I had once a story of a child who, like for them, whenever they would see a girl or a female generally, they would get an erection. Ngamuto.
Wow.
But maybe because they were exposed to these things without thinking. So whether you are rich or poor or what, protect yourselves, protect your child. Omwana I know kumanya nti it's my body. Someone does not have a right to my
Touch
body.
it, yes.
It is mine. Even me, the way I treat it, I should respect it.
So you think singa bali bakikugamba wabali tobera mu mbeera eyo, right?
I don't know if it's even just about the body. It was even more other things, but I suspect that I would have probably been, just said no and not done it.
So omwana olina okutandika omugambira watanaweza myaka mikulu ddala.
Nobanga tomugambye directly. Naye also chimulaga. For example, I don't know the age usually that you stop bathing, that you stop allowing the child to bathe themselves. But I mean, stop bathing the child. Otanko omugamba, this is your body, you bathe. Then eventually you stop bathing them. No mugamba, it's your body, respect it, take care of it. Nobody is allowed to touch it. You bathe.
So that should be the mother, right? Oba ntaata asobola omunaaza.
Kisinziira simanyi, obviously I've not been married. And I do not know the dynamics of parenting. But if you suspect that, okay, and I don't think that you should be suspecting your partner, but ideally it should, your children should feel safe with both parents. And men are not evil. Obviously, it seems easier for a girl to come out. We have lived in a time of woman emancipation. The girl child gets over some number of points to kind of help build up women. But boys are also abused.
True.
Men are also abused. Even domestic violence can happen to a man. So just because men don't talk about it as much, they are expected to be these strong people who don't cry. Just because men don't talk about it does not mean they don't go through it. So I think a child should be comfortable with both parents. I do not think that you need to straight away tell the child, start giving them the that talk when they're very young, because katinabo jakuba opening yes. But otanko mulaga in different things. Every opportunity is an opportunity for a child to learn. Every experience that they are having is a time for them to learn. Omwana omukiriza okutambula nga they don't have a shirt and they are a girl, at a certain, they'll start to, it's normal. If there were small things, the parent may seem like they're being overprotective, but you'd rather be protective of your child and not risk losing them.
Ate waliwo kino ekyokulekera obuvunaanyizibwa abantu, like for example yo tisenga tebakutwala mu maka ago why toli exposed. So you think buli maka gali badina abaana baabwe? Not
necessarily. I mean, where would they, abazade bafe, they would not have been able to take us with them. It was very expensive to travel. That's why I was kind of emphasizing omwana omu empowering as them, because there may be situations where you cannot, you have no choice but to leave them with someone because there's something that you need to do. But as much as you're able, and I know my mom may hear this one day and laugh at me because I like visiting my friends. But as much as you're able, if you can, omwana tomala gammuleka mu sleepover. Tomala gammutwala mu sleepover.
Yes.
Because I have had a story, it was aired on Power FM. The child, someone, a single mother left her 2 daughters with a sister, and the children came back pregnant.
Both of them?
Yeah, by their cousin. So it can happen. It can happen in family, it can happen with strangers,
yes.
It can happen anywhere. But the thing is, instead of looking for who to blame, because if you play the blame game, you always find someone to blame. I blamed myself. You can blame the person who has done it. Start looking, focus on the person who needs your help, because in this case, it's those girls who need your help, who need the help. Focus on those girls, help them through it, because they are, I think, 13 and 16. Help them through it. They are now pregnant. What can they do? If you start focusing on looking for who to be angry at, looking for who to blame, and they'll be so damaged. Yes. So it's hard. It's very difficult. I have not yet had a child. But that day I do, I know I'll probably be very protective of them. It's focus on helping your child, or kumanyanti, you know, this should happen and this shouldn't happen. Because even if they go to the doctor is not allowed to touch in any way. You'll be there in the room, in the examining room, and see what is happening.
Wala abantu abalina bashama boys awaka. Nera nga mami olukomawo tofuddeeyo Sheila ali atya kyekimuluma n'engalo bashamba boys awaka.
Ono mubuuza gundi yayingidde mu nnyumba. There's so many. So I have a friend who, and when I started interacting with many teenagers, many of them would tell me these stories. And for her, it was a case of the house help and her boyfriend made her watch them.
Wow.
And she was not allowed to tell. Then after that, obviously, the boyfriend came for her. It can happen in so many ways.
Ate kyewuunyisa Sheila, abazadde abasinga tutunula ku baana abafunye amabeere. Abatannafuna wano tugamba we are safe. N'okutuma ku dduuka gw'otuma. N'okukola twalira gundi kintu, twalira oli uncle emmere mu room ye yagendayo ow'ebbere n'omutiisa because olaba atandise okula. N'ate nga n'ono naye abeera ki?
No, naye ali very vulnerable. Not that the child should not be allowed to be independent. Ayiga ebintu by'alina okuyiga.
Naye akomawa.
Faayo ku kyagamba. Faayo ku the way they are behaving. Did they used to be a very happy child and they are no longer happy? Did they used to be very calm and now they are very angry? Are they trying to tell you something when ngokoye nyo ovudde ku mulimu naye toyagala muwulira? Are they drawing things? Pay attention to the things they are drawing. Pay attention to the things they are writing, the songs they are singing. The children's minds are very interesting. They can draw the thing that they have gone through. They can sing the thing that they have gone through. They can say it in a story. You just start listening to the child. Pay attention to them. Even if you have not been doing it, go home today and tell them, how has your day been? Because maybe they are not used to you doing it. Ask questions. Tell them, hey, what did you do? Yes. Did you enjoy your this? Did you because my parents are very involved in my life, it was easy for me to go and talk to them eventually. Because I know that they care. They want to know what is going on in my life. They know all my close friends. If the child does not have that opportunity, it's very difficult for them to talk about it.
Ate nga abeera abused okuva ku myaka emito ddala.
Yes. Ate ne kimukosa nnyo
obulamu bwe
bwonna.
Ali ku Spark TV ne interview so twegattako ku note 7 note 6 14 19 98 enamba ya WhatsApp. Twebaza abali ku Facebook live awamu ne ku YouTube, Twitter gyonna gye tuli. Naye ngeri note 7 note 6 14 19 98 eyo WhatsApp koso okuyita boba olina kyonna kye wali agadde okubuuza n'okwegatta ku mpozi yaffe eno gye tuliko ne Sheila. Ate abaana abasinga bamanyi obbatiisa
Yes.
For example, oba bamurepinze bamukoze ekintu bamuabusinga olina mugamba koyogera ngenda kukola kino nakino nakino. So olina signs olabirako nti ono omuntu ayinza okuba yahatinga omwana wange ng'olaba omwana engeri gye yeeyisaamu.
Ndowooza ekisooka ku the abuser usually ojja omulaba nga they tend to be violent.
Awali omuntu oyo
they tend to be violent oba nga avuma nnyo abantu. The violence might not be physical naye nga they are violent even in their words. Or omulaba nti they drink or something. I'm not saying that everyone who drinks is an abuser, but there are signs. And nawe munda obeera okisuspectinga. But if you cannot tell it from the abuser, you can from your child. They made, like the things I said, now for me I became very angry. It was so much anger.
Nebitalimu bikunyiiza.
Yeah, no, nagambye carpet grey, what's teddy blue, like that could be a problem. So you start, just pay attention even to the things that the child is saying or not saying. If your child used to be the kind, hey, mommy, welcome back, what? And this particular day they are not, something might have happened.
Are you okay?
There's a problem.
Tadam.
Like,
Yeyawula
nnyo ku bantu, or they say things like, I'm not beautiful, or I'm not handsome.
You hate me, you don't like me.
It happens a lot, abaana babigamba nnyo. But don't just let the statement pass. If they say you hate me, you don't like me, tell them, me, I love you. Why do you think I hate you? Then they may tell you, but you did this, you bought for this and you didn't buy for me. Then you know, hey, it's just that I didn't buy. Then you say, hey, I'll buy for you or whatever. Or it takes a lot of being involved in the person. Even if you're not the parent and you have a child around you or a person around you, they might even be grown up, very grown up, 30, 40, 20. And they still have these signs. Maybe they have never healed from that experience that they have. But once you start, if you start asking, do not leave the person. If they start talking to you, help them through it. Continue guiding them through it. Wanga ate wotandika n'omuleka, it still now might cause another problem for them. So wotandika, it takes a lot of effort and involvement in the person's life. And I actually think it should happen to everyone. I should be able to ask you, Ruth, how are you? I'm okay. But I can tell you I'm okay, and then you say, are you really okay? Yeah. Obviously, if the person is closer to you, when you're able to tell me, please tell me. I want to hear what it is. I want to listen to you. Tell me what it is. It can be your workmate. It can even be your house help. Yes. I think every human being should be cared for. You can't care for everyone. So the people in your close circle, abanabo, your siblings, be involved in their life. Be bothered. Be bothered to find out the deeper meaning behind it. Yeah, I don't know if there's like a sign. You can't. I was abused, but a person cannot hide it too much. Gusanga boss nga mukambwe nnyo. Nga yali nice naye kati nga akyuse. Iye. Omwami wo buli kimu kimunyiiza. Lwaki okutte paafu ogijeyo? Lwaki okwata paafu? Usually now you might find that maybe kumulimu he has been abused. Not abused physically or sexually, but maybe he has a very controlling boss. Or something has happened. It's not that everything that happens in a person's life is because of abuse. Naye buli muntu ayita mu bintu every day. Yes. So many things. So many things. Buli nakunayo guy wa boda gwoli naye ku boda mubuuza oli otya, especially if it's like maybe your boda guy bulijjo omwana ali atya bichi. Be bothered about the person. Be bothered about the people in your life. I mean, yes, fenna tugezaako kola sente, climb the ladder, do this and that. But what really matters is the relationships we are building. Because when you're dead and gone, the things will not remember you, the people will. So like the people who have been constantly helping me, it's the same thing. Be involved in the person's life.
naye n'omuntu oyo g'oweerako kiba kyetaaga nga naye ali ready to open up ng'akukkiriza kati I have a problem, I need help.
Kati omuntu wabanga taso, if you ask them nolaba nti they don't really want to talk about it, you continue to love them. Not saying bubuli nako ino babuzo babeerako, but continue to show them that you are a safe place. Maybe it could just be a thing of, okay, mulimu so many things, we can talk forever about them, but it's not just the things we say that show, even the things that we do can show you that, you know, okay, this is a safe place. Even the way you interact, for example, with your husband, your children will know, hey, okay, I can talk to mommy, because when daddy tells her things, she's okay. Or I can talk to daddy, because
kati gwe biki ebyo walinga toyagala kukola mu eyo period eyokubeera abused?
Like I said, I did not want to know what boy sagala, like I did not want to know that there's a boy in the world. In the world generally, like the world should not have had. Yes, but funnily, I would spend more time with the boys. I think I was trying to okubegattako so that they see me as a fellow boy.
Oh.
Yes. Nali nyambala baggy shorts, baggy t-shirts.
Tomboy.
Tomboy. I was a real tomboy. Nafuka tomboy in my dressing. Inside me I was not, but in my dressing, nali mfuse tomboy, so that I would mbegattako so that they see me as one of them, so that they don't do anything to me.
Bambi, ngoyagala obeere safe. Kunabeera omu ku bo tebajja kunhatinga.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
I would never crash to one of them. Oh. Anyway.
You're yazanya basketball?
Anti mu primary, manyi obu crash na yeah, the whole class nenchawa, but it's okay. It was okay, at least they didn't abuse me.
Kati mutomboy wamala mu bbanga ki?
There was a packer like S4. Guys who were forced to wear dresses. There was no choice. Even in Green Hill we were wearing dresses. But I think I was exposed to like ladies, girls, people. People are combing hair, people are caring for them. But you mean people actually do this? Is this what a girl is supposed to do? Because there were no boys there now for me to hide in.
So you had to be a girl.
Yeah, I think up to about S4, because I realized it feels nice to dress up and look nice. I said, hey, okay. I mean, maybe. So and then I started. Now, usually, t-shirts, jeans, it's like default setting because I'm comfortable in them. But it would be like a nice t-shirt or nice jeans with, stylish sneakers.
Colors.
I know it could be. I'm not particular so much color, but Kati, it's not a thing of I'm hiding. No, I'm just dressing for comfort. But those days I was trying to hide. Because I developed when I was younger. So also ngangezako hiding that I've started developing, hips and breasts and all those things. So nganyambala the biggest thing I can find.
So that your hips don't show. Even the bam bam.
Nothing should show.
Shukira kuwumulamuko katono. Ndine Sheila nga tuli mu mboozi yaffe nga tuyiga ku ngeri gy'oyinza overcoming abuse gy'oba oyiseemu. Era tugendagendako mu kuwumulako. Tukomawo. Kulikayo nnyo mu kuwumulako ziri 28 ez'akayita ku ssaawa 4. Weebale kubanga oli ku Spark TV, NTV, Facebook, YouTube, amule Twitter. Ndine Sheila. Era nga tuli mu mboozi yaffe okwegamba yeekyawa mu mbeera gy'ayitamu. Ne yeekyawa nawulira nga olamubuganya obusungu bungi nnyo ate obusungu ye n'abanga ate abujje ku ye okubanga abumansuliza abantu abalala abazadde abasinga letumanya nti abaana baffe obusungu bwe balina emputu gye balina baba tebagikola nti no bagikola bagyagala baba balina kye babisse munda. Ekikola omwana wo kyakola ekikunyiiza wali okinoonyerezaako muzadde munnange birimu message nyingi nnyo ddala oba mubeeramu beba bakwese bingi era nga Sheila bw'asaze okusharinga naffe olunaku olwaleero. Ono ye ataaga kankwe kano omuwala ono kayogedde ye Nabulya Deborah agamba Sheila weebale nnyo okuba nga osobola okusharinga bino. Nze nange nayita mu kyekimu nga nawe kyewayitamu but buli omu yenna yanyiigira yet my brothers from another father were too older than me. anyway story mpanvu nnyo bw'agamba naye yakula alina obusungu bungi nnyo so katusabe nti nabulya Deborah naawe otandise okubanga okifulumamu ekyobusungu kino ekintu ddiwa okizuula nga weetaaga okweyuza like okweyambula obusungu obwo n'obwejjako.
Era still it was that time akaseera when nalwana nnyo ne muto wange. I don't remember even what we were fighting about. Sikijjukira. Naye it had become for me kyali kati kiri nnomo ng'obusungu mbwagala bujje because it would give me some kind of a power okukola things that I would not commonly do. Naye it was that time when our parents separated us, I knew something has happened and I need to start working on this anger. Yeah, but also my parents would tell me about it. My father would say, you know, you need to work on it. Just keep working on it, keep working on it. They would not just let things go. No, if you put on something that they think might be not too decent, they'll tell you. But you know, it's your body. I know. But it's not the best that you could be wearing. Now you're not going to okay. I'm going to know choose. So also the anger thing, they would say, you know, Sheila, work on it. This is your sister. You should not be fighting with her. Different things. So eventually it started to make sense to me. Okay, no tebuli normal.
So ekifo ky'okukuba baakubuuliriranga because osanga abazadde abasinga nga yekasita okuba omwana omuto kati nga bwe walinga oba ngwe nakyo omukoze. Ekifo ky'okubuulira nga balaba oba waliwo obuzibu ate nga nawe bakwongera kukuba aye nekyongera okukola ki?
Obviously nali nina eddalu ng'omwana w'omanyi twali tubuka fence nga twagala kulaba katuuni bali batukuba because disciplining is part of it, but it was not mbu okutukuba okututta. No, it was just, I mean, we knew what we had done and it was wrong and they had told us that we should not. If we do, they will beat us, so they would beat us. No, they would not beat me for the anger thing. Those are, maybe they knew that it had happened, but they would no, Sheila, anger. Even my friends are Sheila now vow even up to now.
Waliwo nno omuyate omukyala mukwano gaffe yatugamba omwana wange ono ayagala nnyo mwannyina ebinyiiza ebintiisa amububira nnyo buli kadde aba amwawula ku banne bonna nawe bafunye ekyokulya gwasooka okuwa brother ye muto omuwala ye mukulu kati agamba kintiisa omwana wange mulowooza ali mwengeri.
Osanga maybe just that the sister loves the brother so much. Of course. But now, pay attention. I've had a mother say it. Yes. What is going on? Is my child sleeping well? It's not out of, it should not be out of you're suspecting but make it normal to check on them. I mean, you love them so much. At night. And usually the things happen in darkness. Or your mwana watch may just be loving the brother. Over it's possible. But it should not be that sinti buli chimue kati now you need to live in fear or tianyonti what. It's just be normally cautious. The same way when we are walking, you try not to kick something. It's the same way when you're living with your children. Keep them safe from themselves, but also from people around. Sure. Pay attention to them. But I now don't make them feel like that. That's normal love. That's even good love. If your children are looking out for each other, that's a good thing.
Geri atidenga onagama sporting amu muyeka. Atenga inaba brothers abalala, never sisters. They are sporting on this particular one. No kumububira like tayagala ave wali. Maybe abagala mkwata mutuze wali.
Maybe there is something that they could be struggling or sanga maybe or muto walioche
chacha
oba che yayitamu nagamba this older one oba, so it could be anything. So that's why we're saying be involved, you know, kumanya mubuzi si mububi like hey, I want to find out but mubuze wanange nga bali abalala tobagala tebawulira bubi nabo bagaleko nedda mami bichi. So you just it's a thing of oyina okunoonya the truth about it. It could be anything.
Oyina okumubuuza waliwo akwatako wano ani akwata wano ani akola bwati because n'abaana abalenzi nabo baba abusinga.
Exactly.
So zomuleka waka waliwo maid nabanga omwana alina engeri amukozesa mu ngeri y'enjawulo. Ono agamba nti Sheila bambi weebale nnyo kyoyogedde nze ate kyantuukako nga ndi mu P3 ewaka taata wange yaleeta baganda be okubeera naffe naye ng'omu ku bo ajja n'ankozesa nga ye last born wa bataata yasembayo mu bataata be yalwadde nga anko nga yamukozesa taata w'omuto n'agamba nti naye that time I think yali mu P6. Can you imagine? Kwana yali muto ono ali mu P3 oli ali mu P6 naye ye last born kyenkana babanga abaana bonna bazannyira wamu kunaaba mugere munaabe mugere mukole kino baba mukyalo mugere mukyabe enku bagenda bagendera wamu but up to now nsina gwe nali nkigambyeko nsaba ku namba yo. I won't say my names because my family are watching. Right now I'm 21 but tewali n'omu gwe nali nkigambyeko so bwetunaba tunzika ojja mubuulira engeri oba osobola n'omugamba even now engeri gy'ayinza okufunamu.
Asobola kunsanga ku any of the social medias. Asobola kunsanga ku Facebook Sheila Owino erinnya lyange nga weririnze sikyusa
Sheila
Owino ne ku Instagram kwendi. I respond to my direct messages very fast. Ne ku Twitter kwendi enamba yange for reasons of other people reaching out to me. If I air it, I will not air it. But when we talk on those other platforms, then Njajimowa. But I'm very willing to talk with her.
So erinnya ya Sheila boboli oyagala dispelling obulungi li SHELAH.
Yes.
Sheila SHELAH. Boba olinonya ku nga bakugambye socials ze ojja kuba mufuna. Bambyo ntono Nyangoma Sharon ali Kyebando agamba Sheila kyoyogera kituufu mazima mmeereza ali mu P6 era nga ndi mulungi nnyo okukola math nga buli muntu anjagala but when I failing a number but when I failed a number the math teacher told me I was stupid. Nga guddemu enamba emu n'atandika okuba nga naye bambi yeeraba nga yeeraba nti musiru era n'atandika okuba nga performinga bubi mu math okuva olunaku olwo.
Abasomesa tulina okwegendereza nnyo
abaana
ebintu bye tugamba abaana. It enters the head and it will stay there so much.
Ono eno yatandika alina emyaka 7. Yagamba nti alina emyaka 7 kojjaawe n'amugamba ayoze engoye ze. Myaka 7 omwana ayoze engoye za uncle really 7 mbu naye bwe yamala n'amugamba nti wazooza agenda mumuwa ssente kati n'abambi lwawulira ssente n'ayoza engoye za uncle naye bwe yazitwalayo mu nnyumba n'amurepinga 7 years. Bwe yamurepinga n'amugamba ogezanga n'okyogera bw'onookyogera nja kutta ate bwe naakutta yes bajja kunsiba ngenda eruzira naye nja kumala nveeyo. Agamba mwana wa myaka 7 ne kujja kuba ofudde. Okuva olwo bannange nakyawa abantu okuva ku sayidi ya maama wange era n'abo bava ne ku sayidi ya taata wange bonna ne mbeetamwa. Today I always feel isolated because kintu kimu kyokka kindi mu bwongo bwange yeeyawula ku bantu be. Kimu kyokka kyenda mu bwongo bwange oyo anko eyantuusaako ekyo n'agamba this uncle of mine seemed caring now but I hated him. I hate my mother's people. I hate my family. I have failed to find friends. I'm lonely. I'm really lonely.
I will be your friend. That's Nyangoma Sharon.
Yes.
Banange me I'll be your friend.
Bintu ebiwanvu byawandiise bingi ddala agata history we agati bannange alina emyaka 26 but talina mukwano. I never had any friend who is a boy. Nga bwe wali Nyangoma Sharon. So you have a new friend here?
Yes, Nyangoma Sharon. Me I'll be your friend.
Bambi.
I'll be your friend. Please.
Omutungo ono obukyayi bungi nnyo, damage alina nnene nnyo.
And yet she must be a beautiful person.
Yeah.
Chena, I think the thing I've discovered, nga bwe nakugambye, buli omu alina kyayitamu. So tomala gamuleka, n'omuleka. I mean, sometimes ogezaako ebintu ebitakwatayo, maybe you try to be someone's friend ne bigaana. But when you're leaving that person to go, obanga osaba musabire. Wobanga you can, even if you're not very close, mukubire simu, even if it's once in 2 months, mukubire simu, omanye ali atya, akola atya, how are they doing? Because in this life, we only have each other. I know. Ebizimbe, babizimba, nebigwa. Everything. Sente, ozikola, nezigenda. What you have, God, very constant. God is very constant. And the people you have. Now, obviously, we are human. We are born and we die. Yes. But the legacy that you leave in the people, they'll always remember it. They'll always remember it.
Tulina ku kanisa jensabira omukyala giri ayogera ku abuse. Nagamba nti lumu ng'ali ewaka ye nga nebulwagira omwana tayagala kuyonka. Naye nga olubuto luba lumuluma. Ne bagamba nga alina infection tayagala kuyonka. Naye kati lumu nga bw'obeera onoga naye kanteeke kamera awaka. Waliwo abantu abajja ne batolatola ebintu byange nga siibawadde. Ate nabo bantu abajja. So Mukama amubikkula amaaso. Kamera agiteekawo. Alaba omulenzi yali takimanyi nti bataddemu kamera. Omulenzi ng'ekifo ky'omwana omuwa bboto. Olwokuba alina baby boy. Kati ng'aleeta mulenzi, house boy. Omwana ekifo omuwa bboto nga ye ate ndowooza okitegedde. Nga gwakozesa. So omwana okuba enjala emuluma embeera eyo nga akugamba nga ayaayaana. So ng'omulenzi ekimunyumira. Kati omwana ngo yakabanga ye bboto gye yamuwanga. So ng'omwana mulwadde. Omukyala agenda okuddayo okutunula ku
video.
Katonda afe. So olaba omwana ow'emyezi naye ali abused.
Yes.
Okitegeera?
Ndowooza kiringa COVID. Tekyawula sente, tekyawula gender,
yes.
tekyawula myaka.
True.
It can happen to anyone and everyone.
Otidde kuleeta muwala olwokuba olina mulenzi naye n'omulenzi gw'oleese naye ate waabulabe eri omwana w'omulenzi. Okitegeera? Anyways, wengenda maaso n'abaana era messages endala zibaweereza kankuleetereko eyo ono. Ono agamba nti yabadde asabira WhatsApp namba yo era ndowooza naye tujja mugamba akole ng'oli bwe yagambye. Agamba nti ye Daisy Desire Ekamwocha asaba amuwe ku WhatsApp namba yo yeetaaga okwogerako naawe.
That Daisy njagala kwogera naawe but nsaba you reach out to me ku any of the social media, Facebook, Instagram, ne Twitter, ndiyo as Sheila Owino. I'll definitely respond to you.
Onayagala muyambako engeri gy'ayinza okulwanyisa obukaawo, obunyiivu. Munyiivu alina bungi. Alina obukaawo bungi n'obunyiivu. Akantu katono nnyo n'ekitaliiwo kimunyiiza. Agezeeko agambye nti alwanye nnyo okulwanyisa addictions but sometimes I find myself going back to do it. Asobola kweyamba atya?
Kati omuntu ngoyo nsobola namunnyonnyolera for 6 hours naye kana akatabo.
You should get this book.
Yes, it even talks about anger. Kubanga obusungu nali nina
bungi nga busibukako gwe.
So byonna mbyogerako mu katabo. Right now so muwa exact things because time. But obusungu buva kuchi kyalina otandikira okuzuula. Where the anger is coming from, if they can solve that problem, then they'll be able to start to move. Naye byonna mbinyonyola in the book dealing with anger ne addiction biri mu katabo.
Ate abantu bannya bata opening up n'asigala nakyo ne kimulya n'azaala n'abaana nga n'abaana alina obusungu bungi. Nobulinga ganze maama wange tanjagala. Maama wange abanwanyisa buli kadde naye nga bambi akwagala naye munda alina kyalwana nakyo ekikyaganya okuvaayo munda. Onagambye nti no, I appreciate Sheila bambi baitwa information eyo enkutteko nnyo and I have a friend of mine has been going through the same experience. naye alabye sheeno era ayambiddwa nnyo. Mukama yebale musumulula. When it comes to schooling, especially kids in the boarding sections, balina bingi bye bayitamu era abazadde balina okumonitoringa abaana baabwe.
Kituufu nnyo.
Lwaki ogamba kituufu nnyo?
I was in leadership. Simanyi nga bakigamba mu Luganda. I was a prefect. Yes. I was deputy head girl at Gayaza. But we had 22 inner cases of different things that are happening. There is one that actually had to reach all the way to the administrative. Different things happen. Omuntu bakulabaawo mbu you think because communal bathrooms you're allowed to touch and see each other. You're not. You are not. So omwana wabanga akomyewo nga avudde mu boarding, find out, be concerned. For us, when we go back to school, they make us write a composition about home, our holiday. You now find out. Omwana mutwaleko out ye bannanga. Mutwaleko out, even if it's for ice cream.
Munyumye.
Just listen to them. Children have many things to say. Very many things to say, but maybe because the opportunity is not there, they don't say it.
Walosanzeko omuzadde ng'alina omwana we ng'alinga avuga stranger mu mmotoka.
Iye.
Omwana atula emabega, omuzadde n'atula mu maaso. Tebanyumizaako wadde, tamubuuzaako wano omanyiiwo. Wano bayitawo bati. Ye awaka wabeera watya? Ani akusinga otawanya waka? Ani ali active? Mumanyi okwogera ku mmere gye mwagala? Ddi we mwagala okulya ku kino? Omwana ofuna emboozi oyo naye omuzadde okuva muvudde awaka paka olutuusa omwana mga tuula wali kanzije n'atuula paka tuli muddayo teriyo mboozi.
Omwana wuwo mwagale obanga tumwagadde anaayiga atya okwagala abantu.
Waliwo omwana yatunyumiza nti ye mu computer lab mwayigira pornography
era biva mu masomero
nga babeerabe bati buli omu ne bamuwa computer ye naba nga atuddeko emala okola balina okukola then ye naddayo naleko kukebera ne balina naleko bayigiriza n'abayigiriza tikuno okolabira nabo kiti kino so kikola bwoti ku computer.
Ate no abaana abato, usually the teenagers, you're developing ebyo ebintu kati byonna obviously P6 buli omu amanyi reproductive system tugiyiga mu P6
teri kulimba nti baby bamugula
bamujja mu fridge ne bamuteeka mu microwave so kati because the minds have been opened, when someone omuntu wakizuula omwana wakizuula n'agamba banne, obviously now they become like a famous person. Naye no still omwana we n'omugamba. Now usually by P6 omwana kati abimanyi abiyize, they have learnt the anatomy is what they call it. Bayize ona ayina kino oli ayina kino kigenda wano.
I know, right?
So that's when you now start teaching them the truth. Let them know the right things. Bamanye nti this is good, this is bad. But if you're doing this, let me know, I'll help you.
Sheila, omanyi nti waliwo abaana bangi abafunye embuto mu COVID ono naye nga n'omuzadde tamanyi nti omwana we ali lubuto. Omwana tukana okuzaalira mu bedroom ye nga omuzadde tategedde naye nga babeera bonna ng'omwana ali lubuto because tomanyi mwana wo. Tomutunuulira, omuyita gundi ndetera kino olukiteekawo n'agenda gundi ndetera kino
tosobola mugamba gwogeze
olya nnyo kiki tugende tuddukemu tulabe nolaba nga tava mu kifo noga are you okay? Nze manyi batiisa jangu kukebere mami jangu kukebere kitakaleka tulabe ebbeere olikuuta bulungi lemisi n'olaba onaaba bulungi leka tulabe mu mugongo gwo n'omukyekingako n'olaba woyiga omuntu ali atya. Omwana n'amenyeka tomanyi na bwe yamenyese. Tomanyi lwaki ayinayo obuvune obwo bwajja buta, lwaki ayina enkwagula mu bulago, lwaki ayina enkwagula ani yamutakudde, wati ayadde amutuga. You have to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Bwe njogedde ku ekyo nenzijukira wano waliwo yampeereza message agamba nti abazadde tutuule nnyo okubuuza why, who, where, when things go wrong. And tutele kutunuulira tutera nnyo obutatunuulira mwana muwala yekka, tuleme kutunuulira mwana muwala yekka. N'abaana abalenzi bafuna okusoomoozebwa. My sister became pregnant at 14 years because a teacher, my father, sent her away. Agambye my sister became pregnant at 14 years old because of a teacher. And my father sent her away. kati ali 14 oba omusindika wani
Agende
omusindikira
wani.
ani
Ebintu
omusindika wa because kanagamba we don't know what happened to the teacher on Nairobi n'alintinda so teacher tamanyi baba bamukwata n'omukwata baba bamukola ekintu kyonna naye sister we ali 14 bamugoba awaka okitegeera n'ekirala teacher ono bw'afunyisa ono omwana olubuto baza omugoba mu ssomero eryo naye kufuna essomero eddala mwagenda okitegeera asigale ng'era akola ekintu kyekimu so ng'ate byali badde afuna naye nga ono omulala bamutulugunyiza oba kozi ayise mu bintu bibiri she's not at school ali abused ate afunye olubuto aye nawe akaba mugobyewo
so ebintu that's why I think that's why it's very good ebintu nga bino tubyogere so that abantu bamanye nti bibeerayo kati ne mu ssomero abaana tubasomese abasomesa nabo tubagambe that you should not maybe because omusomesa tochogeranga nako maybe headmaster tachogeranga nako that you should not sexually abuse the children they don't even think about it. It should be talked about. Let it be talked about. It's not a taboo to talk about it. Because I think 1 out of 5 people achieve same.
True.
And until we start talking about it, some people may never have the courage to talk about it. Naye muntu wabanga achiisemu tomugoba mwagali.
I know.
Mwagali. That's the way they'll be able to heal. Kati omwana wagenda najjamu olubuto.
Nafiirayo.
It's omwana wo ne wabanga akoze ensobi mwana wo
nga Mukama bwe yatwagala n'atuwa omwana we yekka naffe twagala abaffe ate waliwo n'abaana batandika empolampola like olina nako mukuba kabina omwana agamba mami ankuguni ankona kabina n'ogaana twalina wayiriza abantu abakulu olina atandika mpola namuva mukona kabina mukute ku bbe oluvaamu akola bintu birala bitasaanidde. Anyway, ate ono abuuza akatabo ka ssente mmeka era nsobola akafuna ntya?
Akatabo
kano
ogenda kunyambako kigamba mu Luganda I may say the wrong price.
No, it's okay.
It's 35,000.
mitwalo esatu.
35
esatu kitundu ekya Uganda.
Iye. Je kali ku Uganda Museum mu bookstore ne ku Christ Prosperity Ministries Ntinda.
Okay.
Aba Christ Prosperity Ministry obanga oyagala bari okubafuna bakuwa akatabo obasanga ku Facebook nobawa ka message ne bakuddamu.
Okay.
Ne bakudirecting oba ne bakudeliveringera wawe kali.
Okay. So mitwalo esatu kitundu gyokka ng'okafuna akatabo kano ng'okasomako bulungi mulimu bintu bingi nnyo nnyo ebiggula obwongo naddala oyinza okuba nga obadde oli mu abuse naye nga tomanyi so kajja kuyambako okubanga chains ezo nazo zikutula mu ngeri emu oba endala. Ono ate agamba nti Sheila weebale nnyo 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 ku opening up era story yo etukoze bulungi nnyo. True abazadde babeere so conscious plus they should teach sex education to their kids nga bukyali. Omwana omugambe wadde ono brother wo naye talina kukola bwati na bwati wadde ono uncle wo talina kukwata bwati ne bwati nebyokusitwasitula abaana mugambe bwakusitula talina kukola bwati talina kunyonyogera talina kukisinga wano talina kugira bwati omwana n'abanga abitegeera bambi webale nnyo kakooza. Ono agamba nti okay eyo nkanjibuuke. Kweza now the point is most girls suffer such things and even boys. Ate nga abazadde tebamanyi wadde. So afayo agamba nti nsaba abazadde bonna ne ba caretakers amu n'abasomesa always abaana baffe mubasomese reality nti bino bibeerawo mu bulamu bwa bulijjo era abeere nga babawa ku magezi naddala aba victims. Ono Evans Wakiso bw'agamba. Naye ate kati n'abasomesa nti oluusi nabo ate bamanyi kati ng'ono bwe yatugambye. Ne si bonna naye abamu. N'abazadde si bonna naye abamu. Yes. Okubanga tusomesa abaana baffe. Ogamba tokola kino, kola kino. Oli bamuwa mwana mutwalako just kweyamba. N'amusobezaayo. Myaka 2. Antwalyako, mami ntwalyako gundi akole susu wali. Bali okukola omwana akaaba nnyo 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 nnyo. Ng'omuntu ali mu sharp pain. Bagenda okutuukayo nga. So abazadde tubenga tufaayo nnyo nannyini mufu yakwata wawunya so ffe nyennyini ffe tulina okuba nga twebereramu naddala ffe bamaama kankyambale naddala ffe bamaama kubanga obulumi bwaffe omwana obeera naye emyaka myezi 9 mu lubuto bakulongoosezza otambudde n'olukindo lwaki obuvunaanyizibwa obw'omuntu omulala amukunaalize amukwebasize amukwambalize akusiga ebizigo amusibe dayipa abantu obwongo bwawe bwanjawulo era balowooza mu ngeri yanjawulo oluusi ayinza okuba alina kyayitamu alina byanywedde omwana wo naagera n'amufula ekintu ekirala kitagasa era gwosigala obonaabona kubanga omwana agenda kubonyabonya emyaka gino gyonna paka waliva mu bulamu bw'ensi eno anyway Sheila ono ye ate agamba nti okukula tekitegeeza nti okuze myaka naye ovunaanyizibwa
kituufu responsibility responsibility have to be responsible
ono ye agamba nti nze for me my brother in law ono mulamu we yamukwata nga ali mu senior 1 and then I tried to tell my sister naye nibigaana. It was so tough and I wanted to kill myself. Nempandika everything down naye oba yakivaamu ati I don't know nagamba but now I'm 21 I have 2 kids but I don't like my kids to play with boys.
So Chizibu is that there are boys in the world nange na Chizula nagenda Chizula and there are boys in the world and we can't run away from them. But maybe the advice I would give is yenga ye I know kuona that thing because they might pass it to the child and they know that all boys are bad yet they are not.
Yet they are not.
They are not. And now what if you give birth to a boy? What will happen?
You know?
So I know ngo muntu ya the previous person yagambye obuvunaanyizibwa. Let them now start to heal. Let them start looking for the process of healing. Awone so that they are not passing it on to the children. It's not easy. So agamba nti kiri easy. But it's not impossible. It will take time but it is worth the time.
Okay Sheila, kati nga tumbanga tusiibula obutabo bwo babusangawa era nawe kenyinyi basobola okufuna.
Obutabo nga bwe nagambye they are at the Uganda Museum. Each book is 35,000.
Okay.
Mitwalo
esatu
kitundu. I might say 300 without intending. Ziri ku the Uganda Museum and at Christ Prosperity Ministries CPM Ntinda. Actually wateka mu Google Maps ojagiraba Christ Prosperity Ministries bali Ntinda bebanyamba okukatunda akatabo osana basanga ku Facebook obanga tosobodde obbafuna you can reach out to me directly and I will get them to send it to you ku Facebook Instagram or Twitter. Sheila Owino. Yes. Akatabo ke bakayita set free 100%. Akatabo kano bwe bakayita nina n'obulala bungi ddala so osooka sanga akushoze eza kusomedda wamanga. Awo munesho yakwagaliza mande nnungi wayise bulungi paka enkya bye.